Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
MJ up in the house with a messy corner.
Well, check your cell phones, check your smartwatches. It's 10
where's my
p.m.
phone?
Oh, there we go with this.
No, I got it.
Thursday night it is. Wrestling Insiders, Party with Marty. Stand by.
The month of May explodes in Boston Wrestling MWF. Joining us for the first time in studio will be ECW icon New Jack, Saturday, May the 8th, taping episodes of Wrestling Insiders in a special live episode with the Cyber autograph signing. Then Saturday, May the 22nd, Sunday, May the 23rd, the legendary Demolition Axe, the Masked Superstar, one half of the greatest tag team in WWE history, joins us for 2 days of Wrestling Insider tapings in a live Cyber autograph signing with photos already signed by Demolition Smash. It's going to be a month to remember. Head on over to bostonwrestling.com. Pre-order your 8x10 photos now and help keep wrestling legends working.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
At Night of Champions 2020, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns successfully defended the WWE Universal Championship against his cousin, Jey Uso, in a must-see battle. Here is your chance to own a piece of Roman Reigns moments before battle on this beautiful limited edition autographed 11x14 poster direct from friends at WWE. It's number 19 of only 50 made. Includes WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself, suitable for framing and matting. You'll also receive a bonus Legends autographed 8x10 photo in an on-air shout-out on Wrestling Insiders as our thanks for helping keep wrestling legends working. Get this ultra-rare Roman Reigns autograph poster now.
Cheer. Why, hello. I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
Boston Wrestling Sports and the MWF explodes into a new year of unknown with professional wrestling content galore, and we need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after we review the previous night's Monday Night Raw, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with the unpredictable WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights after WWE, NXT, and AEW at 10 p.m., you never know who's going to show up on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll journey through the 80s and 90s on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday nights after the lights go down at the Thunderdome on SmackDown, it's John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. If you want early, ad-free access to all of our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and to help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times, for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Insiders. It's been another busy week here in the world of Boston Wrestling MWF.
Very happy to have you back with us again, Marty, as always.
Thank you, brother.
Who knows what you were doing
It's good
over
to
there,
see you, man. You fell down on the ice the other day.
Well, that was quite a while ago by the time this episode is, but
Oh, yeah,
it's probably be in the middle of baseball
He
season.
did that John Pesci, not John, what's his name? Joe
Pesci.
You know, from Home Alone, when he hit the marbles and went up in there.
It wasn't my best moment, that's to say the least. But nonetheless, hopefully my leg will be feeling better and my neck will be feeling better.
Did it
and my
hurt real
back
bad?
Yes, it sure did. Like I told you, my leg folded under my knee so far.
Oh, yeah,
that the heel
that's
of
the
my
grossest
foot was
part.
on my ass
Yeah.
cheek. But
Oh,
you know
man.
what? Who's counting when you're having fun? All right, back to the topic at hand. What are you doing?
I got to take my jacket.
Oh, all right. Well, don't lose the microphone again.
Oh, yes. Attached to a jacket.
Yeah.
Hey, brothers. Oh,
Cecil the Lion is going to do a run-in.
Can't get the jacket off now.
Like he did in the middle of one of John Cena Sr.'s episodes when he got him a coffee and he screamed at me. He screamed at me.
Say hello.
Cecil, this is the individual that's running the LAN party, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday night, February the 28th. It's called Lanamania. Well, that's a good spot for it.
Yeah, I'll move it.
It's a great spot for it. You know, why not? The middle of the show, it's just a great idea to do it this way. But you know you can't say we rehearsed this, if nothing else. This is as fresh off the cuff as it gets.
Well, see, here's what the problem is. We've been here for 2 days now, so this is like week 20, and I've been wearing that jacket right there. It's summertime probably right now when this is showing.
I would imagine probably April-ish.
Yeah,
It's going to be my educated
or
guess.
Spring.
Because we tape out of order sometimes when current events come up and we do the remembrances and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But let's go back to one of your favorite places.
But so anyway, I'm trying to change clothes for each week. Dan will wear that for the next 4 months.
I mean, every time they see me in a new outfit, they know it's a new day we taped. No matter who the guest, there is one outfit per day of taping for me. It's too hard.
We do like 5 episodes a day.
And more if we're lucky.
How do you like the pants?
They look tremendous.
Well,
Fantastic.
what team is it?
The New Orleans Saints.
There you go.
All I did was recognize the gold and the black, but don't give me too much credit.
What they call that? A fluor?
That thing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, back on.
But I still got my Falcon socks.
You still get your Falcon socks. All right, well, Jake the Snake Roberts back on May the 8th. I love how they always put the camera on me when I'm trying to read off of the notes.
Yeah,
It's
why you do that?
unbelievable.
Why you do that?
Why I don't do it.
Remember, it comes from the heart. You don't need.
Well, I need to remember the facts.
Uh-oh.
I can't.
Listen.
No, no more.
It's Vegas.
No more fan messages.
What about what's not
fan phone calls or whatnot.
Virgil.
Definitely don't answer it then.
You wanted to yesterday.
May the 8th at the Orlando Arena, Jake the Snake Roberts is arrested. He had a prior incident with a fan in Daytona Beach. Jake was taken off to jail. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And what happened? Give us the scoop.
I don't remember what happened, but
You don't
I know he
remember?
went to jail and he poked the guy. He drilled him. This is what I kind of remember. There's something that happened on the side of the road, and the fan was messing with him. You know, Jake's got that long reach. He just reached out and tapped him real good.
A big man with a long reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long arms.
He got him good?
Enough that the guy sued him.
Well,
but he had to go to jail for a minute.
At that point, Jake was without Cheryl
In
on the road.
Daytona. And I think it was Daytona.
Yeah, it was Daytona that it happened, yeah. So someone was messing with him at a convenience store? Or?
It seems like it was a road race type thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
It seems like it. I might be right.
And you might be crazy, but
Yeah.
that's all right. That's all right. Well, your memory is better than mine during that time. I had no idea why Jake the Snake vanished off the canvas, but...
Well, at the same time now, you know, I love Jake. If you're watching this, you know I love you. I might say things that you don't care, because you'd say them yourself, because it was old. It was way back. Jake's so good right now. I mean, he's so rehabbed. You know, he don't... Well, I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I saw him when I was living in Vegas. Straight as an arrow. I mean,
Oh, really?
everything.
Even
Yeah,
then?
man.
Wow.
So happy too, man. He was shining. He was glowing. You know, and I love Jake to death. Now watch this. Oh, what part of my tooth? Paper
Yeah,
tooth.
they're going to just love us at the studio even more than they already do. Be called in again and listen to the complaint even more. But that's all right. We're having fun on the show.
But wait. Jake got religious back around that same time frame. And, you know, Ted DiBiase had already let me down, and he knows about that, you know, and we've talked about it on here.
We did, yep, on one of our previous episodes. It's in the archives. I believe it aired back in December.
That's good memory. And, yeah, old Jake got, he was doing speakings. Like, he got paid. I don't need to know numbers. You know, I don't like to get involved. That's like, I don't want to know what you and Coco do. I don't want to know nobody's numbers. Yeah, I like to hook them up, but I don't need to know numbers. No. You know, because there's no good going to come out of that. Because one of them's going to think, one of the two are going to think you fucked them over. Yeah, so you stay out of the numbers. I do anyway. But yeah, Jake was getting whatever he was getting for doing a 30-minute to an hour speaking on religion, on God.
But this was further in his life, not 1989. How would he have had
89 when he went to jail?
Yeah.
I know that because he was pretty thick. Man, me and him rode together all the damn time because we partied together. We were into things, you know, back then. Or women and well, I hate to say it, but cocaine.
Yeah.
You know, we were doing a lot of that back then.
A little medicine.
Yeah, we don't do that much anymore. I mean, no, wait a minute. No, we don't do that. Shit. We don't do that no more. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie. We don't do it that much anymore. And probably not. I don't know what he does. I can't speak for him. I've not done any coke in over a week.
Well, that's good. You have to start somewhere, right?
I was just kidding. I ain't done no cocaine in a long time. A week's a long time. No. I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't even do that no more that I know of. Sometimes when you get drunk as hell, you don't know what you did. You ever done that? You ever got drunk?
I have never been that drunk, no.
For real?
I don't know if I've ever technically been drunk.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because you don't seem to drink. Like when we'll go out to eat, he'll
You
have
have to
like
see-
two cocktails, if you'll call it that. You know what? You know, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you say we'll supply the cock, you supply the tail.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
No, once you're around for the live events and you see the mammoth amount of work that goes into those, after those events is when I have more than just one or two. I feel like I've earned it. I feel like I deserve it. But in general, no, I'm not a huge drinker.
When we went to Luhan's or what is it? Kowloon's, you drank like, I think one margarita or something.
No, I had a few screwdrivers.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And that's it though. And
Well,
you were
what was
just
I supposed to have?
about 10 of them. You wasn't driving.
Like I said, the night of our live events, after I recoup from the long months marathon of work, as you knock over all the pictures,
Yeah, but I just hurt my.
I feel like I have earned
Shit, that hurt.
the several beverages. What did you do?
My ankle ain't healed. Well, it's probably time y'all see it. I've already got this one operated on, but we're taping this 2.5 months after this one got reconstruction. It's not healed all the way for me to be kicking the ground like that. Shit. You got any of your pills?
We're going to need to get you some pillows to make sure you always have a soft landing over there.
I got it at the hotel.
Yeah.
You know who else helps me land soft?
Maria.
Well, you didn't have to say the name out loud, damn it.
And I'm not talking about our good friend from Pittsburgh, Maria Davis.
I don't know who that one is. There's an Anne-Marie from Pittsburgh.
Well, Maria Davis, she's always with us in the premiere of our shows.
I ain't never met her.
Well, I haven't either, but I've communicated with her via the premieres during, I think we have friends on Facebook or some form of social media. I know we talk on
Did you
Patreon
say meteor?
sometimes. Media.
Meteor, you said meteor.
But anyway, how did WWF react to a situation like that, where they have to take one of their top-tier talents they're pushing to children on action figures and posters and T-shirts and such, and then they wind up in jail? I can't imagine it reflected positively on Jake.
Well, the thing with WWE that was all, or F back in the day, was funny is like we don't cater, we're not catering, we're not targeting kids. And then you got all these damn toys. Okay, this is for adults. But whatever happens, happens. It's my opinion, so that means it means nothing. But you can't help what happens outside of. You can only control what you can control. What they can control is the TV tapings, the bookings, the airline tickets. That's it. They can't control individually each person. If you got like 100 characters, you got 100 wrestlers, somebody's gonna fuck up. You just don't know which one.
True characters. True characters.
Yeah.
In the ring and out of the ring.
Yes. Because it's not everybody that wants to go live their life being thrown around up in the air and dropped from 15 feet in the air. Not everybody in life wants to do that. It's going to take a special person.
Takes a special person to want to get into the industry,
Yeah.
as much as we love it. It is a unique form of
It ain't like being a teacher or
action, excitement,
9 to 5er.
adventure, simulated violence.
You know what? We simulated hell. Come late night, and they ain't simulated.
Yeah. Well, Jake the Snake Roberts had a few months to rest and recuperate, apparently.
Yeah.
And in came probably one of the biggest free agent signings of 1989. Dusty Rhodes made his return to the World Wrestling Federation. Not as the American Dream, but he was the common man. What was that now?
He was a plumber or something.
He was doing a little of
The
everything.
yellow polka dots. It was so funny, man. We were flying up to Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia is the only place on earth that I know. There might be others I don't know of. But there's a half-hour time zone. You know, you got the Eastern, you got the Central.
Really?
Mountain. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Up there is a half-hour time zone.
Huh.
And we were going up there at 5 a.m. There used to be a commercial about the Army. We do more before 9 a.m. than everybody does all day. And we were thinking, that's not good. That's not something we want to brag about. But we did. We're on a flight at 5 in the morning going up to Nova Scotia, connected somewhere. Yeah, that's a damn job. And then you head on up there. You do all that just to get to go to work. Now you got to go to work after all that shit. But Dusty Rhodes. Dusty was, we were sitting together. Marty, pissed it away, Daddy. Pissed it away. I'm like, what would you piss away, bro? Boy, I made so much money in my day. Pissed it all away, Daddy. I pissed it all away. I partied. I did all the good life. I did all the good things. And I ain't got nothing to show for it now but a black girl with yellow polka dots along with me. Pissed it away, Daddy. The whole damn flight. Pissed it away.
He didn't like being paired with Sapphire.
No, he liked Sapphire, but he was just, making a point that he was the American dream at one point. Now he's in yellow polka dots, and his manageress, or what they call, is that she was, and she was
valet.
She was with that word you use a lot, or that term, ring rat.
Sapphire was a rat, really? Oh, yep. I didn't know that.
Yep, and they threw a damn tight spandex suit on her. She was kind of, I love her. She died too, that.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah, everybody's dead. But they took a. I don't call her a ring rat. I mean, we loved her. We loved her so much, and she loved us. Everybody loved each other. But she was a fan, a girl. But they put a spandex on her, and she was a little bit chunky, a little. She did it. She did that character, or she did her gimmick well.
To me, watching as a kid, I bought it.
I was a
super fan. That's how she was introduced, sitting in the front row during Dusty's matches, cheering him on. But did Sapphire ever try and service you in St. Louis?
No, we were friends.
No, you were good friends.
Yeah. She set me up with a couple of white girls.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so she helped the cause.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, she's kind of the middle woman, so to speak.
I helped her out with, I ain't going to say who.
What did you help her out with?
One of the guys.
Who did Sapphire make love to in the World Wrestling Federation?
I don't know if she made love.
Well, who did she become friendly with, would you say?
Tommy Rogers.
Tommy Rogers? When was he in the WWF?
Huh?
When was he in the WWF?
No.
This is before WWF.
St. Louis.
No, you're talking
NWA.
Tommy Rogers of the Fantastics?
No, my partner, Tommy Rogers. We were the Uptown Boys.
The Uptown Boys. Yeah. And Sapphire went downtown.
Yeah, when we'd go to St. Louis. She was based out of St. Louis.
Yeah, maybe a big fan of Sam Mushnick, for all you know.
Sam was there.
With Sapphire.
How do you know about that?
With Sapphire?
Oh no.
all right.
No, he was a promoter. You always trying to start something.
I
How'd that Michael Jackson
what a
song?
visual
You're
that
starting
would be.
something.
Sam
We'll be starting something.
Sam Mushnick and Sapphire together. What a visual.
That would have been. That would have been.
Now, any idea?
Sam was pretty good. Though.
I know it's a little later on in 1989, but where she's come up now. Do you have any idea how she came to be from being, a super fan that engaged with the guys after the events to being welcomed into the fraternity as
No, I don't
Dusty's
know.
valet?
No, it was a surprise. Like, how
Were
the
you
fuck
shocked?
that happened?
Were you surprised?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, how the fuck that happened?
Do you think that any of the boys...
Pissed it away, Daddy. Pissed it all away.
Do you think any of the boys that had worked in the NWA held a little resentment towards seeing Dusty come in? Maybe they weren't-
Hawk, Road Warrior Hawk, Mike, his name is
Hawk?
Mike.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he wanted to beat his ass because Dusty was a booker down there in NWA, and evidently a lot of people didn't like the way he booked. And I remember Hawk, me and Hawk were good friends, and Hawk was, Marty, I'm gonna go ahead and kick his ass. I'm like, no man, don't do that. Fuck that motherfucker. And then he said, Dusty took a shower, and he's got like a pancake ass. And he goes, look at his fucking ass. It looks like two dungeon doors coming together. I'm going to go kick him right between the doors. But, yeah, a lot of them didn't like him. That's why he hung out with me, because I didn't care. I liked him. He didn't do nothing wrong to me. And we would sit there, remember, we talked about this, play football. The little paper.
Oh, right, yeah, I do remember you telling that
Yeah,
story.
we'd sit there and
Way
play
back, yep.
football and play cards. Because nobody else would have nothing to do with him. They didn't like him because he was a booker in NWA or NW, whatever.
Was he ribbed at all?
I'm sure he was.
Other than the gimmick?
The guys kind of left him alone because the guys liked me, and they saw me, buddying up with him. And I wasn't kissing ass. I mean, for what? What? But
What about Arn and Tully? They were pretty much.
I don't remember if they liked him or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't remember either way?
Yeah, I don't want to say something I don't know. But I know Hawk didn't like him, and Animal didn't like him, and a bunch of the guys that had been down there in W. I don't want to say no more names. I don't want nobody to get mad at him.
Well, you're talking about just someone's personal opinion of the man. I don't think that's...
Well, they didn't like him
They didn't like him.
at all.
Most of the guys
They all
that had
wanted to
worked
beat
with
his
him-
ass. That's why he stayed with me. We'd find a table outside the dressing room and play paper football where you thump it and you try to get the football to hang off
Yeah.
the edge. That's the touchdown, and all that shit.
Did Dusty ever have any negative encounters that you knew of?
With who?
With anybody?
Me?
No, Dusty.
You mean
Did
like
he ever
somebody,
have conflict with
like
any of the
somebody gonna
guys?
stroke
or-
him up?
Yeah.
No.
Or even a verbal confrontation? No.
No,
No.
I saw. I mean, there might have been, but I didn't see it. The closest I see was Hawk. I'm gonna kick him right between them dungeon door asses. He said his ass is so flat it looked like two dungeon doors slapping together. I'm gonna kick him right between the dungeon doors.
Were you guys kind of surprised to see someone of Dusty's stature where he had been, beyond a wrestler in the NWA to come to the World Wrestling Federation?
Yes.
You were
Because-
surprised by that?
Yeah, well, when they did him like that, put him in the damn yellow polka dots, yeah, we were like, God damn, that's Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. One time he was in New Orleans. I may have told y'all this before. And this is way back before I even got into wrestling, but we heard all about it. And he got hustled. You drift off Bourbon Street, you're getting, I lived there.
Yeah. You get the Saints, you get to prove it, not the Mike.
Yeah, and you go off Bourbon Street, you get into trouble. Because those aren't the people that, they know that you done fucked up and took a wrong turn. And he drifted off Bourbon by accident.
Mm-hmm.
And then, some dude came up to him and told him, made a bet with him. He said, I bet you I know where you got those shoes. And Dusty, Dusty was like, oh, you don't know where I got these shoes? Let's bet. He said, all right, where I got these shoes? He goes, you got them right here on whatever street it was. Bourbon, it wouldn't say Bourbon Street. You got them right here on Bourbon Street right now. And
Keep going.
what we got, 1 minute?
No. You keep rolling around.
Okay.
Let me worry about that crazy.
So Dusty didn't want to pay him. You know, because it was a hustle.
Right,
You got him
right.
right here on Bourbon Street. You know, he's talking about right here, right now. And Dusty didn't want to pay him. And he goes, "Oh, you go give me them shoes. You go and pay me." And Dusty says, "Do you know who I am? I'm Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream." The guy said, "All right, Dream, give me the fucking shoes, though." Yeah.
And did he pay up?
I guess he had to.
Really?
Yeah.
Dusty was in danger.
I wasn't there, but yeah.
Well,
Well, I know where you got them shoes. I don't. You got them on Bourbon Street right now, mother.
those vignettes were very memorable. He was a garbage man. He was a plumber.
Yeah.
He ran a
The
butcher.
common man.
Yeah, he ran a butcher shop, and one of the lines he used was, "You
Here's
can't
what I
you can't
respected.
beat my prices, but you can beat my
My meat, yeah.
That was a good one.
We had one with Bert in town. One thing just like Terry Taylor did with the Red Rooster, they didn't want that gimmick, man. They were being ribbed,
Yeah.
but they made it work. He made that damn common man thing. He got over with it. Yellow polka dots. Well, I mean, nobody else would have done that much.
Well, you know what? Fair point. But I think his entire run as a whole wasn't all that successful.
whole?
His run as a whole.
Oh.
I wouldn't call it a great success, but those vignettes.
Well, how you gonna be successful? You going out there with yellow polka dots?
Well, he was the common
He's
man.
just a common man.
They put him in there with all the top guys.
He went from the American Dream to just a common man.
And you think he resented it, at least on that one flight up to Nova Scotia.
Pissed it away, Daddy. Pissed it all away.
Do you,
Ric Flair thought he was limousine driving, flying, and all that. I had all that, but I pissed it away, Daddy.
do you think maybe, let's play devil's advocate, anyone in the office said maybe this is a way to freshen Dusty up, make him a little more fun?
No.
Do you think it was just malicious? Yeah. All right, well. All right, wrestling fans.
They did that to Harley with the King. I told you about that with that big ass crown.
Again, he had a pretty good run. At least he was used. Well, I mean, Dusty was
He
used
told me
well
one-
too. But
he told me and Sean, because he was always like, "I am the real 7 times real world champion, not that Hollywood shit up there where Hulk Hogan's at." And he resented, he hated it. The minute they called him, "I'll be there."
well, he did pass up an opportunity to really screw the NWA over in 1983 when Vince had a private meeting with him right before the first Starrcade, and he wanted him
How
to
you know
jump
about
ship.
that?
It's well, Holly discussed it when he was here in studio.
really?
Yeah, McMahon wanted him to leave the NWA, no show Starrcade, and come to the WWF and lose the title to Hogan when Hogan came in just a couple of months later in January of 1984, which would have really rewritten wrestling history to some extent. But Holly, he went to Starrcade, he did the job, and the rest is history, so to
You're
speak.
saying Holly,
The King.
like Bob Holly.
I liked Harley.
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 All right.
Harley.
Yo,
All right,
Harley. Wait. So Harley, me and Sean were there. You know, we got there first, and then he comes in, and we were like, "Here he is." He hated all this. We sat down and ate at catering. The same place where Butch shot his teeth out.
Yep.
And we're sitting in there, and we sit with him because he was really good to me. He got me in Japan in my first year in the business. At that time, the only rookie to ever get over to
Wow.
Japan. I mean, it was because of him. He took me under his wing. But so we were sitting there like, "Harley, what happened? You hated this place." He goes, "We sold out Madison Square Gardens in record time. It sold out in one day. They didn't come to see Hogan. He had been there before."
And I'll tell you that, those two had a really good run.
Yeah.
I don't know if they quite sold out, but they almost sold out the Boston Garden back-to-back months in May and June of '87. So yeah, they had a really good
You
run.
were 11 years old.
In '87, no, I would have been 6 at that point because my
Damn.
birthday's in
Man,
September.
You're so young.
But anyway, right now, wrestling fans, we've talked a little bit about the introduction of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, into the World Wrestling Federation. We're going to take a brief time out. We'll be back with more Wrestling Insiders with Party with Marty. Stand by.
And give me a tooth.
Get him a tooth. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Johnny, the momentum here in Boston Wrestling continues as we continue to build and build and build. The fans want to know, how do we help? We subscribe to the Patreon, but we see all the great merchandise on that set. Coronavirus may have killed the nightlife, especially for someone like Marty, but our acclaimed eBay store is open 24/7 around the world.
Wow. Check it out. Arguably the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Get this limited edition collector's autograph print personally signed by two-time WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair, inscribed 16 times for each of his recognized World Championship reigns. One of only 50 made direct from our friends at WWE. Also signed by original artist Rob Schamberger. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome Ric Flair collectible for your wrestling collection now.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome back to Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty. As always, we implore you, if you're watching live during the premiere, chatting away with us, the Super Chat is always open for business. A nice tip will help keep the lights on, tip the bartender for the entertainment. The eBay store is open 24/7 with the link in the description box below. And, of course, our world-renowned Patreon service, where you can help keep the wrestling legends working at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Back to 1989.
Wait, let me show you something. Y'all look here, man, because I just had ankle surgery. Look how bloated. Look, when I pull my sock down. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Man, damn. Deformity. Okay, back to
Do you think Annie's tongue ever got deformed?
You are stuck on Annie. He loves ass-eating Annie.
Annie was stuck several times, but that's a different story for a different time.
What do you think she would do for tongue swirl up one time?
She have quite a lisp.
I got to tell y'all something.
I guess it's the individual's office that she came out of.
I went out of my way to get a flip tooth made because I'm going to get the one that they drill up in your jaw, you know, the permanent.
The expensive one.
Yeah. It is expensive. Well, for me it is. But I got a flip tooth because it was like $500, $700, I think it was. And you put it in and you can take it out, whatever. And I went out of my way. They didn't put it in, make it quite right, so food would get underneath. And if you're eating in public, it might pop out. Or if you take a bite of an apple and pull the apple out, your teeth are still, your tooth is one tooth. You want that paper up? And I left the motherfucker at home. I finally got it damn thing. I was so glad, man. And we're doing like 15 weeks worth, so this means until summer, I'm wearing this damn summer tooth, this damn tooth, paper tooth. I was so
The life
ill-prepared.
and times of Marty Jannetty.
I was so ill prepared on this one.
Well, unbelievable.
I didn't even bring a toothbrush.
I hope you got one by this point.
Maria got me one.
Maria, no, she got you more than a toothbrush.
Stop it.
She did a little brushing.
Ah, there you go.
All right. Back to 1989 wrestling fans.
You know, she's young.
How old is she?
I was hoping 27.
Not quite.
She might be younger.
All right. Well,
Not much.
I've yet to see her without the mask, so I don't know.
Yeah, she's
like a
little,
luchador
man. You've
to
ever
me.
seen how small she's?
Very, well, compared to me, much shorter.
5'1" or 5'2".
Yeah.
Beautiful girl. Beautiful, like Lebanese or something. What would you say she is?
I can't tell with the mask.
Well,
It's almost like a game show at this point. I think people
or a
would.
masked singer?
I think individuals would be more impressed checking in with her than they would have either Annie or Gina at their hotels. But
Yeah, but I don't think she would look at it.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I guess, right?
It's according to who the beholder is.
That's right. All right. All right, back to 1989 wrestling fans. In the spring, it was promoted beyond belief. Oh, that phone. More than some pay-per-views. The movie.
He gave my number out on TV the other day.
The movie
That was it.
known as No Holds Barred.
That was Australia.
Good. Your memories, your thoughts on No Holds Barred.
Oh, that was with, what's his name?
The WWF finance.
The guy that died. He just died.
That's why we didn't mention him on our the last tributes episode.
Debo. Remember Debo from the movie
Tiny
Friday?
Lister.
Tiny Lister, yeah. I loved him, man. He was so good to me.
He was good to you.
Yeah, he took me places the white boys couldn't go in L.A.
Yeah.
One
Now,
of
was
them
this as Zeus or
No, this was as me and him hanging out afterwards.
after his run in wrestling?
No, after the show.
Oh, after the shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a thing in L.A. called the Black Playboy Club. And you only got there by invitation. And, you know, he of course, he was, you know, him, Magic Johnson, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall. Those are the ones I remember. There was, you know, there was other people there too. But I knew them, you know, pretty well. And, you know, and that particular, I wasn't the only white person. There was white girls there, but I was the only white boy there. But, you know, it was pretty cool. I saw some things. And I will not say anything about seeing Magic Johnson going in and out of rooms with like 5 different girls in the hour I was there. I won't bring nothing up like that, because that was kind of a, you know, it was a private.
Well, it didn't go well for Magic Johnson.
Yeah, and then when he come up, if y'all remember, he came up with like he had AIDS or some shit. And I'm sitting there going, shit, he was with 5 girls the one night I was there. And that was just one night.
It really was a Magic Johnson.
Yeah, well, the girls would go in there all freshened up, looking good, and then they'd come out, their hair be all like this.
Did you ever have a
But I can't tell. I can't tell y'all that.
Did you ever have a chance to see the movie?
What movie?
No Holds Barred.
I know. You know, I never saw
You've
that.
still never seen it to this
Is
day,
it
really?
good?
I bet it would hold your interest. Just where you know so many of the guys in it.
Oh, they had a lot of boys in it?
Oh yeah, they had
okay.
little cameos in it.
Well, I'll go look at it on YouTube tonight.
Oh, I'm sure it's easily accessible. It's not it certainly wasn't up for an Oscar award or anything like that.
How would Tony Atlas call me a racist? Yet the people that count, well, he counts, of course. But like him, take me to the Black Playboy Club and everybody in there loved me.
I'm going to
That
ask
was
Tony
black.
if he's
How
ever
the fuck
been.
am I a racist, Tony? Stop that bullshit. I'm gonna love you anyway, but that's bullshit. Don't do it again.
That's how you respond to something like that, with love.
Yeah.
Give him a little, maybe he needs a little more love.
He needs a hug.
He needs a hug.
Somebody needs to hug Tony. Tony, hug yourself and nobody will hug you.
Well, he's up there on Millionaires Boulevard in Auburn, Maine, spending his $206 he made from
that's the first
WWE
place
last year.
Me and Sean ever saw a girl get raped. Like
Was
actually
Auburn,
saw it.
Maine?
I don't know if it was that part of Maine, but
Oh.
it was in Maine. It was in Bangor.
You
Bangor.
saw someone get raped?
A girl, yeah, a girl.
By who?
A couple brothers. It was
Wrestling
a white
people?
girl. Yeah, and the thing was, it was a fence. We was there going to the hotel where we was going to stay. It was a brick wall about this high, and a fence on top of that, because it wasn't a very good neighborhood, I guess. And they were trying to keep people out. But we heard this girl screaming, you know, we're like, what the fuck? And we go, and we're looking, and we're seeing it, and there's nothing we could do. I mean, we couldn't get over the fence to get over there in time. You know, we were running inside to, you know, call the police, but it was too late. But that was.
How did you know who it was?
We didn't know who it was. It was just a girl. It was a couple black dudes. It was a white.
Oh! I thought you meant a brother, as far as one of the wrestlers.
Oh
goes.
no! This was street. It was street.
No, these were people. Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but
average
that's the
citizens,
only
they
place
weren't in
we
the
ever seen
wrestling
anything
business.
like that. And I thought,
Really?
Maine is a sorry ass place. I'm sorry for y'all in Maine, but that was a hard thing to see. And you couldn't do nothing because the fence, you know, you climb over the fence and they had the damn shit shooting out, which, you know, we know how to do that. You take a piece of a rug or even a blanket,
Yep.
and you throw over that and you crawl over it. It won't
Right.
cut you, you know. But we didn't have none of that, and so we were like, hurry up and get inside and tell them to call the cops.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Now,
And they came there, but it was way too late.
what time frame were you looking at? Yeah, any idea?
89, 88, 89, 90.
Early on,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Horrible
Yeah,
thing to see.
it really was, because she was screaming so loud. You know, and nobody was helping on the other side of the fence. But
Were
we
there
didn't.
other
We didn't
people
see
around?
we didn't
No.
see no other people, but you know, she was screaming so loud, and we were like, you know, nobody's helping. We can't do nothing. The only thing we could do is go in the hotel, you know, call the police. Hurry up,
Oh, this
call the
was
police.
near the hotel, not
Yeah,
the arena.
the hotel
Oh,
we
okay.
were staying at. Yeah, yeah. But it was evidently a bad neighborhood.
Well,
But
you-
I've never seen that before. I've seen a lot of things. That wasn't one of them.
You don't
And
think
until then I saw it.
you don't think of too many bad areas in Maine. It's,
I
It's
do.
not certainly. It's not
I
a state
do.
known for its danger.
I mean, I don't get to go see all the good areas of Maine. We just went to
Yeah.
Portland and Bangor. That was the only places.
Augusta sometimes.
Yeah, yes. And that's it. You know.
In Bangor, there's a trivia note. That was the a first city and only city that Vince McMahon Sr. gave to Vince McMahon Jr. to promote, to try and see if he could
started
be
with
successful.
garbage. He gave him garbage. Here, take this nothing town.
Well, yeah,
Oh, I'm
exactly.
so sorry,
Right.
Bangor people. I got a couple girlfriends there. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to call it
Well,
nothing.
it wasn't a city that was doing great business, and I guess
Ain't
the
doing
local
great nothing.
promoter, the local promoter,
The word great
had
don't fit nowhere near it.
nothing to do with, I don't know if he left the business or whatever the circumstances might be, but in the 70s, Vince McMahon Sr. gave that city to the Vince McMahon we all know in 2021
Right.
and said, here, see what you can do with it.
Vince promoted Evil Knievel shooting over the
Yeah,
Canyon River.
yeah.
That was a pretty good thing, even though it didn't go right.
Yeah.
But that's pretty big, because he was younger. He was,
Yeah, younger guy. He always had ambition, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
At
and
least-
I think he's done great. I like him to death. I know a lot of my friends get mad. When I say my friends, my wrestling friends, get mad at me because they don't like him. Here's the thing, man. Y'all take it too personal. Vince is a businessman. He's not your damn friend. He's not your damn friend. He's your boss. And he's business. Everybody, if they don't get the push they want, he's a dick. No, he's doing business. You know what he told me one time? He goes, Marty, the way it works is I sprinkle some seeds here, I sprinkle some seeds there, and whichever where it grows, that's where I focus. Yeah.
So it's not like he didn't have logic to what he was trying to do.
Yes. If it ain't working, you can sprinkle more seeds, but it ain't working.
Not everybody.
You go over here where it's growing. I learned so much from that man.
Not everybody is going to be a main eventer in every place they go. Some guys aren't just meant to be main eventers in wrestling.
Yeah, you can't.
Some
can't.
people just have the talent to be an enhancement talent or a
Kevin
mid-card
Nash
talent.
said something one time that be fitting. And he was talking about, cool. Somebody was cool. I forget who it was, but he goes, you can't teach cool. And, he went as Big Daddy Cool.
Big Daddy
I
Cool.
love you, Kevin. Kevin thought he's like the coolest fucking thing on earth.
Him and I used to have some very interesting late-night conversations. Late-night
told me you wasn't gay.
conversations. What's that?
You said you wasn't gay.
Conversations.
Oh.
Where he would be enjoying some wine during these conversations
loves his
late
wine.
at night. And just what a very
does
intelligent,
love his wine.
smart human
He
being.
is, yes.
Him and I were both involved in this con group where the guy in charge of it wound up going to jail. That he was, I'm going national and so on. And I was put in the position of trying to recruit the talent, which was a great position to be in once it imploded, and all the venues didn't get paid, and all the talent that got booked never got airline tickets.
Did it really
and
implode? Can you spell implode?
DAN in that situation. But it was the worst wrestling situation I've been in. I worked on it for months.
Well, what
and
y'all talk
months.
about on the phone all night?
Well, because one of my this imbecile, his idea was, we're gonna.
Which imbecile?
We're
Wait a
gonna,
minute.
the guy that was gonna operate this dog shit. His idea was, we're gonna run these events for free, and we're gonna fill them using all independent talent that no one has ever heard of before.
You
And
can make anybody though. If you got the
I
power
looked at
of
it like
TV.
this, though. I said, you know what? If you have the right advertising, if you work with the right nonprofit groups with kids,
Yeah.
you might have a chance if it's for free.
If you got TV, you got a chance.
Well, he claimed he was working on TV. My thought process was, he liked my ideas, and once we get to that point where I was involved, they said, okay, if you're going to work with a dozen different kids charities in that metropolitan area, you could probably, get it. This was, in the beginning, it was primarily in the Carolinas. You can fill one of those 6,000 or 7,000 seats arena. It's free. Those kids would die to go to something like that. But here's the way you could make some money off of it. Wrestling fans are going to come too. Right. Bring in some people with some name value, and you do the autographs, you do the post photos and things like that.
Yeah.
And one thing he was high on was he wanted to have Hall, Nash, and X-Pac together to do like the NWO trio and so on. And so I reached out to Kevin, and I'd reached out to X-Pac. I really don't know Scott Hall all that well.
He's all right.
And just, the conversations him and I had late at night, just so very insightful. What a smart human being Kevin Nash is.
Really
I
is.
think he'd be great for the pricey, but he'd be great for the studio.
Oh, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be good conversation.
Yeah. Oh, he's intelligent. hell.
Yeah. You weren't going to get one by on him, and I like that.
No, he's
and he
sharp,
was a
man.
straight shooter.
Yeah,
wasn't one of
because he ain't
these-
worried about shit. What you gonna do about it?
You want to know? You want to know who the worst one to deal with was?
Virgil.
No, there was no part of Virgil. But before I got involved, this guy named his 3 agents, the Rock and Roll Express and Leon. Vader. Oh,
Vader.
Vader.
I love him.
Every time there was a problem leading up to the launch of this promotion, who do you think Leon would call because he knew him?
Kevin.
No, not Kevin. Me. He was calling me daily sometimes.
That means you daddy.
And he would just complain and complain.
Yeah, but he trusted you.
And complain.
No, he
and
had
complain.
faith in you.
And you know what? But and Bob Holly I had my guys that I wanted to get in. And I like Bob Holly an awful lot.
Me
I
too.
think as a player coach, have him get in the ring and work from time to time. And I think he has the right attitude to try and teach the business. You can say, oh, what about what he did on Tough? You don't think so?
I know him pretty good, man.
Yeah.
We tagged for a while. He first started as Sparky T-Plug or
Yeah,
something.
but why do you think I was wrong?
Bob is, I love you, Bob, and you know that. And I'll see you again somewhere. Hopefully you ain't going to try to punch me because I can duck and dodge. Bob was about Bob. I tried to help him so much. We tagged together, and evidently he improved. Like when he was tagging, we remember Springboard.
Yeah.
But I told Bob, you know, he was all, we rode together a lot, you know, and a lot. And then he was wanting to, you know, he was going singles. We were, you know, going individual. And he wanted to do his own thing. And he wanted to, you know, do some kind of storyline that meant something. So I said, well, you know, this is the perfect time because Bret Hart had gone out and knocked near Jerry Nadeau was running the WCW car in the NASCAR. I think it was number 29, but it was a WCW car. And that's what Bob Holly did. He was a race car, and everybody knew that. That's why he was Sparky T-Plug and then Bob Holly, you know. So I said, perfect. He's just put down WCW. We don't race cars. We do all. Take your ass out there to the ring right after he does that and say, hey, I'm a race car driver. And, you know, we go from there. You know, something along the line, you insulted me by insulting a race car driver. And Bob looked at me and goes, yeah, but Brett's not a champion now. I was like, God damn.
He was really shooting high then, if that's the case.
I was like, why am I trying to help you? You're not the champion either.
But I remember
you just got through tag teaming with me. We mid-card. And you want to fucking, I don't only want to do a storyline with the world champion. Nah.
What I found amusing was, Bob and I talked about this promotion that was to be in Leon's involvement. He said, if I hear him bitching, I will not hesitate to kick the fuck out of him. Bob said that about Leon.
About Leon?
Yeah.
Bob will go now.
He hated Leon.
He will go, but Leon ain't one to fuck with.
Well, it never wound up happening.
Paul Orndorff took him down, though. You heard about that?
I've heard that from various people in this studio, various different descriptions on how poor Paul in his shower shoes had to physically humble, not the chic way, but physically humble
Double-legged him,
Leon.
took him right down.
I'm
Leon,
glad,
I love Leon. But
I'm glad Paul's a friend.
Leon is, you know, he's a little...
He was difficult.
Yeah.
I don't
he was
know.
miserable.
Huh?
He was miserable.
He was. I don't know if it was because, as Paul Bear... What's that?
Pain. He was in a lot of pain.
Well...
Pain woman, you know that.
I know
that.
I know.
Y'all
y'all
there at home that hurt. Pain makes you a miserable motherfucker. You know, it's when you're hurting all the time, it's hard to smile.
Paul Bearer thought that the issue was, he was kind of, when you're in the NFL, you're babied a bit. You have everything taken care of.
Well, no, you know you're a badass.
And then when you're in Japan, you bust around and so on and so forth. And where he was a top guy, he was taken to spas and things like that. And it was very different for him in WWF, and that's why...
AWA. Let me tell you what happened one time.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all too.
Was he ripe?
Well, yeah, Kurt Hennig was driving, Mr. Perk was driving, Sean was up front. I'm in the back with Leon, Leon, but we call him Baby Bull White, because that was his gimmick. And Scott Ledoux, who was an actual pro boxer,
Oh,
he fought 8 world champions. He almost
I've never
beat,
even heard of him.
Norton. He almost beat Norton, Ken
Oh,
Norton.
wow.
Yeah, he got him. He knocked him on the ropes with the bell rang. If it wouldn't have been for the bell, he would have been the world champion. But he
Wow.
fought 8 world. He was pretty good, Scott Ledoux. And he was a special guest referee up there. He was a bad boy. And so was Leon. And we did a show. And we're getting in, Kurt Hennig had that, like the Bronco that OJ was running away with, the white Bronco. Kurt had one of those. I get in the back seat between the two of them. They're cussing at each other. Well, fuck you. No, Scott says, you sign shit for little kids, God damn it. And Leon saying, fuck you, bitch. You don't tell me what. I'm in the middle of these two badasses, right? And I'm like, and Kurt Hennig goes, Marty, what do you think? Who's right? Oh, shut up, Kurt. Kurt was stirring the shit up. Who do you think's right, Marty? Shut up, Kurt, goddammit.
Sounds like something I do.
Yeah.
Back then, did Leon stink as much as he would go on to in future times?
Stink?
Yeah, well, they said many would call him, instead of Leon White, they'd call him Leon Ripe.
I never smelled it.
Well, you sat next to him.
No, he didn't stink
it
that
was
much.
moderate at that point?
No, he might have taken a shower.
Well, maybe that was before he had the mask.
Oh yeah, let me tell you all this. This is the best part. That happened. I'm telling Kurt, shut the fuck up, Kurt. And I'm telling them, I'm like, guys, stop. Because Leon's saying, you got your ass beat every time you got to fight a world champion. He goes, you ain't do shit in the NFL. I'm like, God damn. I'm in the middle of it. But guys, stop it. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. I'm in the middle. If them punches come and accidentally miss. But the next day, we wrestled, I don't know, Kenosha, Wisconsin or something like that. And Kurt Hennig took a lock, got their bags, and locked them together. And one of them had a Gucci bag, one had a GV or whatever the fuck it was. Nice bags. They didn't want to cut the strap. So they had to walk together.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
That's a great way. Hand in hand, they had to leave the building.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
After almost wanting to stroke each other up the night before. Kurt was the best, man.
From all the stories I've heard, this is someone I think I really would have got to enjoy knowing
Kurt,
if he was still around.
he was a man's man.
And I've told you.
He's another one that didn't really mess around with the women. He loved home. He loved his wife. He loved his kids. The girls liked him, but he would cut up and talk, but I never saw him mess around. It was just so rare,
His mother is one of the nicest human beings I've ever met.
I don't think I've met her.
And
I met Axe, of
it
course.
was the weekend of the WrestleMania in New Orleans, just a few months before he passed.
New Orleans?
And we had to, we brought Larry in, but because he was starting to fail a bit, the only way he could do it was if Irene came with him. And I mean, it was just like, his woman.
Okay. Yeah.
If you wanted to
I did meet
cast
her,
a
I'm
woman
sorry.
as Santa
her
Claus's
name.
wife in a movie, that would be her. She was just such a nice human
I
being.
did meet her. I forgot. When you said her
Irene.
name, Irene.
And I think I've mentioned it before on this, or maybe a talk show with one of the other legends, but I think it was with the Nasty Boys, as a matter of fact, because so many of the guys came over, and they sat with them and they talked with them. And, I remember the Nasty Boys did, Demolition did, X-Pac did. I remember Sean Mooney came over, and Larry,
Oh, Sean.
I don't think Larry understood what Sean was trying to say, and he was trying to sell him an 8x10 picture.
For real?
He was trying to sell Sean Mooney an 8x10 picture of him and Kurt together, which and that's what I mean. He was starting to slip a little.
Well, Axe was with Harley.
Oh yeah.
When
in the late
Patsy
60s,
Cline,
early
Patsy
70s.
Cline, the car, or was it a car crash or a plane crash? Patsy Cline, the singer.
What about it?
Well, she was on the side of the road, and her body got severed. And Harley, and they were the first, Harley and Axe, they were the first ones up on her.
I'm not familiar with the story. I know I've heard of Patsy Cline, the singer, but
that's
explain.
why I'm telling you.
So explain what happened to Patsy Cline?
It was either, I don't know what kind of wreck it was. Y'all might know at home. I don't know if it was a plane crash or a car crash, but she ended up out in the field, and I think it sliced her body. I don't know if it was all the way in half. But Harley and Axe were the first people up on it.
Really?
And Harley knew who it was,
That's Patsy Cline.
No, here's what he did. He walked out there, And he looked it up and actually goes, "Do you want to fuck a star? She's still warm."
Oh, only in the world of professional wrestling would anyone laugh at
You
that
didn't know about
comment,
that?
but I didn't
That's
even know
known.
anything
That's
happened
known,
to
man.
Patsy Cline.
That's known.
Well,
I mean, I didn't ever know Patsy Cline because I guess she was ahead of my time.
it's way ahead of my time then.
Yeah.
But I've heard of the name. Yeah. I know
Yeah, she was pretty. I guess she was pretty good.
And she wound up dying in that
Yeah, her
accident?
body was cut in half. Right?
Well, you said not fully. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know. I wasn't there, but they said the body was like it severed. Harley said, "Do you want to fuck a star? She's still warm."
Wrestling fans, unbelievable. Again, right now, let's take a moment to digest that. I guess Patsy really couldn't digest anything at that point. We're going to take a brief
come on, man. Damn.
We're going to take a brief time out. We'll be back with more Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty after this brief time out. Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marotti.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It was all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
They got to.
Check it out, fans, right now available on eBay. Support Wrestling Insiders and keep wrestling legends working on eBay. At Survivor Series, it was champion versus champion as WWE champion Drew McIntyre battled Universal champion Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. Get this 11x14 poster autographed by all three men. Limited edition, number 42 of only 50, with authentication hologram on the back of the poster itself. Comes with a mystery autographed 8x10 photo and an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas on Wrestling Insiders at your house. Get it now.
Wrestling fans, we were having so much fun on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty that we didn't even realize how much time had elapsed. Don't worry, we'll be back next Thursday night at 10 p.m. with another all-new Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty Jannetty as his sex, drugs, and rock and roll no-holds-barred look at the World Wrestling Federation in the 80s and 90s continues. Again, if you enjoyed tonight's show, give us some thoughts in the Premier Chat box. Don't forget the Super Chat button is open. Don't forget to tip the bartender so we can keep the lights on. If you're watching after the premiere, leave some thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget you can help the cause to try and get some new eyeballs on the show. Of the millions of fans that don't know we exist, we are trying to reach them. Share the links across Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook wrestling groups, wrestling websites, whatever the platform may be. We're always happy to add to the friendship. Don't forget, the nightlife may have been killed by coronavirus, but the eBay store is not. Hit the link in the description box below. We've got great wrestling merchandise with superstars from every era available. And of course, if you don't want to just be a fan, if you don't want to just be a friend, if you want to join the family, the world-renowned Patreon streaming service is available for just a couple bucks. You get early ad-free access to Wrestling Insiders. You get access to our acclaimed Studio Shoot Interview DVD library as seen by millions online, millions around the world on The Howard Stern Show. You get Patreon-exclusive content, perks, and you have the knowledge that you, yes you, are helping keep wrestling legends working during these unprecedented times. You can join the fun over at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. For Marty Jannetty, I'm Dan Marotti. We will see you next Thursday night, 10 p.m. Don't forget tomorrow night, after SmackDown concludes at 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll be joined by John Cena Sr. for a brand new Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Good night. The World Wrestling Federation was live at the Met Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Saturday, April the 29th, 1989. In the opening contest, Greg the Hammer Valentine beat the Blue Blazer. The Red Rooster with the win over the Brooklyn Brawler. WWF Tag Team Champions Demolition retained the titles over the Twin Towers via disqualification. Brutus the Barber Beefcake defeated Bad News Brown. Rick Martel victorious over Tito Santana. The Honky Tonk Man beat Hillbilly Jim. And in the main event, the Ultimate Warrior battled WWF Intercontinental Champion Ravishing Rick Rude to a double countout. If you were in Minneapolis live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the link in the description box to keep wrestling legends working in our eBay store and on our acclaimed Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view, watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.